Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Behaving Sauce channel. Alright, so in this video I wanted to provide a guideline for all of the Colossus abilities, but broken down between primers, detonators, and neutrals. I was having trouble remembering that stuff for myself when I was playing the game, so I thought it would be useful to provide this guide, this reference video for everyone to refer to. And then after that I'm going to have gameplay of each ability, and then stick around for the end because I'm going to have the pairings. There are certain limitations. You cannot double wield certain weapons, and I'll have that listed towards the end. Alright guys, so let's get into it. Alright, so let's first talk about the primers. As far as the Colossus primers go, they are the Firewall Mortar, the Shock Coil, the Flamethrower, and the Venom Spitter. Alright, next up we have for the detonators the High Explosive Mortar, the Lightning Coil, the Siege Cannon, and the Railgun. Out of all these, I think the Lightning Coil is my favorite. I know it's a lot of people's go-to. That build with the Flamethrower is just really good right now. It's tough to beat, especially with the amount of energy it provides for your ult. Alright, next up we also have the neutrals. This is going to be the Burst Mortar and the Flak Cannon. Okay, so right here we have gameplay showcasing the Flamethrower and the High Explosive Mortar. Flamethrower again is one of my favorites. Does a lot of good. It does good damage, and it's got some pretty good distance on it. The High Explosive Mortar is actually pretty good as well. It's got good AOE damage, and it can fire a pretty good distance. But it doesn't have great distance. Doesn't have great up close distance. But again, you can see right here, it's got that good range, and can do some pretty good single target damage along with some decent AOE. Following up, we got the Venom Spitter and the Lightning Coil. Well, the Venom Spitter is going to put the acid burn, the acid effect on the enemies, which is going to increase the damage that it receives from all javelins. And then paired with it, I have here the Lightning Coil. Now, the Lightning Coil is a little unique. It's not like a hold down one. You just have to push the button once, and it kind of pops it up over your shoulder. And the way this works is it's going to randomly choose the target that it shoots, so you can't really decide. But I think what it does is it first goes for the ones closest to you, then it goes for the ones behind them or farthest. I think that's its rotation. But yeah, if there's a lot of enemies in the group, it won't necessarily go for the same target every time. So keep that in mind when you're just in a large area. Alright, now we have the Shock Coil and the Railgun. None of these really are my favorites, but the Railgun right there does require a little bit of a charge up. It's not too bad. It does some decent single target damage, and can do some really good damage to the shields. You can see right there, it kind of took out the shield and did a good hunk of the health. And then the Shock Coil is one ability that you're going to have to hold the button down to have it active the whole time, and it shocks enemies within the radius around you. Does some really good shield damage. Following up, we have the Burst Mortar and the Siege Cannon. Now the Burst Mortar is really similar to the High Explosive Mortar. It's got some good distance, and it fires a bunch of shells at the target. And I think this is the one, yeah, this is a neutral ability, so it's not going to trigger any of the combos, even if there were primers on it. But it looks like it does some decent damage. Right there, when you saw all those enemies get laid out in the group, that was actually the Siege Cannon. Wasn't able to get a whole lot of good footage of that, but it looks like a kind of a big AOE burst type damage. One similar to that as well is the Flak Cannon. Now this one works really similar to a shotgun as well. It's got not a ton of range, but it does some really good up close damage, and it also has 2 rounds, so you can fire those off pretty quickly. You can see coming up right there. There it is, one. There's a second one. I fired both off. First one took its shield down, and the other one took a good hunk of its health. I use this a lot to take down enemies really fast towards the end. It also was really good against those shielded guys. Even with their shields up, if you found a little exposed area, you just pop it and it would stagger them a good amount. Alright guys, so thanks for staying around towards the end. This is what I was talking about when I mentioned the pairs. Basically, you can't double up on certain types of weapons. So for instance, the Flamethrower and the Venom Spitter isn't going to be a build rather that you're going to be able to have, because they both take up the same slot. They're both ordnance launchers, and everything on the right is heavy assault launchers. So essentially, the weapons on the left are going to pair with those on the right, and I've even gone a step further, highlighting the detonators and the primers. So for instance, if you wanted to rock the railgun, you would probably want to pair it in order to get at least that combo snowball effect. You're gonna have either the shock coil or the firewall mortar. But that's all I have for you guys today. If you learned something new or if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care. Don't forget, #CalloutBS.